China has announced it will raise tariffs on US imports from 34% to 84%, a retaliatory response to sweeping new US tariff measures announced by President Donald Trump. The new Chinese tariffs will take effect from 12 p.m. on 10 April 2025. The move follows the United States' imposition of a 54% tariff on Chinese goods, part of a new trade regime introduced under the Trump administration. President Trump announced the policy on 2 April, framing it as a declaration of economic independence. The Chinese Ministry of Finance stated that the tariff increase had been approved by the State Council and is consistent with China's tariff law, customs law, foreign trade law, and the basic principles of international law. In its statement, China condemned the U.S. measures, describing them as a mistake upon a mistake and accusing Washington of violating China's legitimate rights. The State Council Tariff Commission added that the tariffs seriously damage the multilateral trading system and amount to unilateralism, protectionism, and economic bullying. The escalation began with a baseline 10% tariff introduced by the US on all imported goods, which came into force on 5 April. A second tier of tariffs, known as reciprocal tariffs, targets countries deemed to have unfair trade practices, with rates ranging from 17% to 54%. China is the most heavily targeted nation under the new structure, facing the maximum 54% levy. Other Asian economies have also been affected, including Vietnam 46%, Cambodia 49%, Thailand 36%, and Taiwan 32%. Traditional US allies have not been spared. Japan, South Korea, and India are subject to reciprocal tariffs ranging from 24% to 26%. Even Singapore, despite a bilateral free trade agreement and a trade surplus in the US's favor, was hit with the baseline 10% tariff. Beyond tariffs on goods, the Trump administration has also imposed a 25% duty on all foreign manufactured vehicles, a move that significantly impacts automakers in Germany, Japan, and South Korea. This automotive tariff took effect from midnight on 3 April. While Mexico and Canada were excluded from the current round of tariff hikes, their exemptions are tied to temporary arrangements under separate executive orders. Trump has defended the sweeping measures as necessary to redress decades of what he terms unfair trade, claiming the tariffs will restore American manufacturing and prosperity. Foreign nations will finally be asked to pay for the privilege of access to our market, he said. In response, China not only increased its tariffs, but also filed a complaint with the World Trade Organization, accusing the US of violating established global trade norms. According to the Ministry of Commerce, on 4 April 2025, China enacted export controls targeting 16 US companies and added 11 more to its unreliable entity list, citing national security concerns and alleged military technology cooperation with Taiwan. Companies on this list are banned from trading or investing in China. These measures are likely to further strain an already volatile trade relationship and may disrupt supply chains across technology, agriculture, and industrial sectors.